All right, hello everyone. Okay, so let's do some breathing right now. There's a lot going on energetically, and so let's just kind of get ourselves grounded and get ourselves kind of centered in our peace, right? Okay. So, let's just take a couple of those nice deep breaths, breathing away in, all the way to the belly, and then back out again. Good. And again, breathing all the way down into the belly and back out. All right. And I am having technical difficulties, so if for whatever reason we get disconnected, we'll just go from there, right? Okay, so I think last week we had talked about Mercury going into retrograde, or we were entering into the shadow, which can be pretty intense. As a lot of our shadows and our hurts and things like that are coming up. And then this weekend, the Schumann's has just been really rocking and rolling. And if you don't know what the Schumann's is, by all means, please go look it up. There's a lot to it. And it's just raising our vibrations. It's raising the Earth's vibrations. And then the 4th of July, Neptune went into retrograde, which is all about the veil thinning. It's dissolving illusions, which can be hard sometimes. Those things that we thought we knew and we could trust are starting to dissolve. Even though maybe our souls didn't quite agree with those, but as part of the dream of the planet, or things that we have been brought up knowing or being taught. So we're having this shift with Neptune, and Neptune will be in retrograde until December, so it's a big clearing and shifting. And then we have, we have another Mercury, like we said, will go in on the 18th, so that's all about shifting and moving and having our stuff up in our faces, those triggers, those our shadow pieces, so that it can be tough, it can feel hard, it can feel like we're moving through muck, right? So we have Neptune, who's going to go, ooh, all those things you thought you knew are being dissolved. Then we have Mercury with all of our stuff coming up and getting in our faces. And then, let's see, who else do we have? Then Saturn on the 13th goes into retrograde. And Saturn is going to redefine what your foundation is. So again, even with the Earth physically doing this vibration thing, hi Carol, now our foundation, our energetic foundation is being rocked. And so again, now like our foundation, our karmic stuff is going to start coming up, and so we have a lot of clearing that's going to be happening here in the next couple of weeks. And then if that wasn't enough, we have Chiron that's going into retrograde. And Chiron is the wounded healer. Okay. So when it goes into retrograde, now all of our ancestral stuff is coming up. Our old identities, our core wounds are starting to bubble up. So, and this isn't to scare you. This isn't to make you go, oh my God, how are we going to get through all of this? This is just information. And I've actually drawn several cards, and I wanted to share two of you because all of them are essentially saying the same thing. I actually just pulled this one a minute ago. So this one says that it's a potential gateway. Okay? And so what this is meaning is that our lives are taking a new course. Which we kind of knew, right? This is really all the stuff that we've been waiting for. That we're taking these new courses, we're becoming aware of new things, and as the veil thins more and more, we're seeing more, we're feeling more, we're having those connections more to the other side or to source. And this card again is about those endings of the old, finishing those old karmic things, healing the ancestral things so we don't have to carry those anymore. Okay? And this is all good stuff. It's just we gotta go through the muck right now. So everything we have been doing, all of the spiritual work that you have been doing, all of the things that we have been doing on Mindless Mondays or Mantra Mondays, wherever you joined us, are to help give you tools, right? I kept saying we don't run a mile and then think that we can run a marathon. So all of these things have been helping us to get to this place where now we can run that marathon, where when those old wounds come up, we can go, I see you now, and let's heal you. I didn't realize I was still carrying you. I love you. And we can let go of them. So I hope that makes sense. Let's see what else about this card. It's really a good thing as we're walking through that gateway. When we say yes to walking through it, it's, walking through the muck to get to the beautiful other side of it. Okay. And then I had drawn this one earlier in the week, but I just kind of thought it was funny that we got the gateway. And this one is called the threshold. Okay. And so, and these are Kuan Yin Oracle cards. So we're being asked to walk over that threshold or through the gateway, and being on the side that's been fear and fear driven, and all those hurts, and walking over the threshold, crossing through that gateway into love, into joy, into peace. So really, all this turmoil that we've been feeling for a while now, but it's gathering more and more, and it's because we're getting into that point where if we can just stick in there, we can use all of those tools, we can breathe, we can go from that fear base into love. That's where we're wanting to go. That's what we've been looking for. That's things that we have been, why we do all of this, right? Okay. So with all of that being said, okay, I want you to, any of those fears that have been coming up, any old stories that have been coming up, let's go within, find those pieces, pull them up, and we'll blow them into the stick. And then go ahead, keep going, keep blowing them in. And then we will put all of these into the fire to transmute them, transform them, and give them new energy. Okay, so breathing in Blow all of that gobbledygook out. One more time. Good. Putting it in the fire. Changing that energy, transmuting it, transforming it. Maybe take a couple of breaths here to call back the energy that you put into this and transmuting it into something new. Is there something that you've been working on? Is there something that you're trying to release, those old stories, those old wounds, or maybe ancestral, that you'd like to bring this energy in and send it into that healing places? Okay. You can take the energy from the fire as it transmutes those old ways. Okay. And bring it into new energy. Yeah, I love how it just separated and let that old stuff go to bring new stuff in. All right, last little bit. And release and let all of that go. All right, and it can be big things, it can be small things. This morning I had, I don't even know where it came from, why I'm still holding on to it. Something that happened 10 years ago, and it was just a minute little event that an interaction with somebody I didn't know, that I have never seen again, but that story was still coming up, and I'm looking at it going, why are you still here? And what is it that needs to be healed? So it can be something as simple as that comes up. Everything that's coming up right now is important. So it doesn't mean you have to look at it and spend hours on it, but it can be, okay, why are you coming up? I send you so much love. Thank you for showing yourself. So much gratitude. And let's fill it with love and release it. Okay. So, let's go ahead and make sure that we get grounded, because that's super important right now. And I was just watching a video about why earthing is so important. So yes, you can buy all those grounding mats or the grounding sheets, and yes, they will work. But the simplest, easiest, most affordable thing you can do is take your shoes off and put them on the earth. Go hug a tree. All of those simple, easy things that we forget. Okay, but right now, if you can sit with your feet flat on the ground, imagine those roots going down into the ground. Releasing any heaviness that you're feeling right now. Good. And just letting go. And breathing in and breathing out. And remember, those nice deep belly breaths are what stimulate that vagus nerve. Which then stimulates our rest and digest. And that helps turn off our fight or flight. So a couple of tools right there, right? Grounding, deep belly breaths. And I want you to bring your hands to your heart in prayer position. Just connecting with your heart for a moment. Good. And I want you to reach your hands straight over your head. And we're going to put them into our 8th chakra. And we're going to pull that 8th chakra that's connected to our higher selves. But just think about pulling that around you, all the way around you, front and back, all the way underneath your feet, down into the earth. And just take a moment to feel the difference in this bubble. Okay, I can feel mine. See if you can feel yours. You can make it as big or as small as you want. And for me, when I do this, just everything gets a little quiet, right? I've been saying everything has been so loud lately. And that doesn't just mean volume, its energy feels loud. And yes, people and just noises seem really extra loud right now. So coming into this bubble of the 8th chakra just seems to quiet things down. So just breathing in and breathing out, allowing any of that heaviness to just drain out of your feet. Noticing if your shoulders are up by your ears, just roll them back, allowing them to fall away from the ears. Notice any tension in the neck. Move your neck from side to side, do some circles. If you're yawning or sneezing or you got a little bit of the belches, that's perfectly fine. That's just the energy moving and releasing. Good. And now imagining this bubble that you put around yourself. It allows only love and light to come through it. Only that will contribute to your life, to your energy. Good. Clearing anything out of your bubble, any heavy energies. Because as we go through our day, whether it's ours or we get close to people and we allow their heaviness to come in, and just allow all of that to turn to love and light, to transmute, transform. And you know me, I like to imagine those as butterflies just flying away, going back up into the consciousness. And just allowing your bubble to be full of that love and light, however that looks to you, for you. Feeling it, just being it. I can't remember when we did the meditation, but just allowing that love. I wish love and light for myself. I wish that I fill my energy bubble with love and joy. I know those aren't exactly the words we used that time, but it's what's coming through. Feeling that love, the light, the joy, And when we have our bubbles filled up with these beautiful energies, and it makes it harder for other things to come into. And just allowing yourself these feelings. And that's why we've had experiences in our life where we've had those moments of peace or joy or love. So we can bring those forward, feel those feelings. Because our minds don't know, our bodies don't know whether or not we're in those at the moment. We're just feeling it. And that doesn't mean that we don't do our work. But it means giving us those moments in time where we can be just in that peace. Good. And remember, as we come into all of these energies over the next couple of weeks, and we have a full moon at the end of the month, or at the end of this week, sorry. And as we're feeling all that intensity, or we have those moments where our bodies are feel like they're full of anxiety, that we can go into those places of anxiousness, or we can come back into that place of love and peace and quietness. And is it yours? Or is it just the earth, the dream of the world? Because right now the dream of the world is all about fear. And do we want to be in that? Or do we want to cross over the threshold, walk through that gateway of love and peace? So as we take these last couple of breaths here, staying in that love, staying in the peace, and if you have anything coming up today that you know may be a little stressful, a little challenging, you can put, I always think of them as capsules, those time release capsules. And you can take one of those capsules and fill it with this moment, this feeling, or that memory of that time that just made you feel good. And send it out into the future, into that time, whether it's today or tomorrow or the end of the week. Or maybe even putting it over your bed for those times that you wake up. Or maybe before bed at night. Play with this energy, have fun with it. Because the more that we let go, we release, that we heal, the less that these energies can affect us. Okay, last breath in and out. Good. Yeah, and so I don't know how many of you were here right at our start time of 11:30 if you're live. This is my fourth time trying to start this or do this recording or this live. So, was I getting flustered? Yeah. but I just kept going. Didn't let it bother me. Mercury's in retrograde, right? So we have these times where electronics just don't want to work. And either we can get frustrated and upset, or we can just laugh and try again. So I am so absolutely grateful for each and every one of you that joined us live, for all of you who will watch this video. So much love, so much gratitude. And just remember, keep grounded. Keep drinking your water. Be kind and gentle with yourself as we go through this transitional time. And do things that make you feel good, as long as it harms none. So have that piece of cake. Maybe get some ice cream as it's warm outside. And we will see you next week, if not before. Much love, my friends.